see a lot of new faces here. I definitely love to see you guys here every month. You know, it's great to have a full room. I'm not much of a talker. A lot of my friends know me as a doer. I'm not looking to use this as a stepping stone for any legislative races. I don't really put myself in the forefront. I like to work from behind the scenes just because I feel like I'm more productive. So for me, this is a step out of my normal everyday being. The reason I'm doing it is because I feel like I can offer these skills to this committee as I have over the past year, and even do more so by effectively getting everybody included and participating. It was my idea to really get a lot more standing committees and a lot more voices. I'm one to do more delegation than I am talking down to anybody, or I'd like to be inclusive with everyone that comes here. I feel like I also offer a fair ground with just, I'm going to follow the bylaws. I'm going to follow the rules. If it's not in there, or if it goes against that, then I will step down, or I will definitely back the rules. As far as inclusiveness, it's troubling to me to sit here at a county committee. I will not lie. It's troubling for me to sit here as a county state committeeman and look at this room on today. Today is an election. It's great to see you all here, but at the same token, we need you every single month. That machine that Rich Sieber just sat down and talked to you about, I can make that machine happen here in Penobscot. I know that for a fact. And it's one thing to reach out and do things the same way we've been doing them. And, we have our buffet dinners. This is not attracting new faces to our party. And, of course, some people do not like new faces. Unfortunately, that's the lifeblood of our party. So we need to reach out into our communities. As far as the social media aspect, I offer, that's what I do. I do web development, I do mobile app development. I've offered my services here for many of the candidates that run this past election. I've ran local, state, and nationwide elections, or campaigns. I do have a grand experience that I could offer to this committee. Outside of that, that's it. I appreciate anybody voting. Yes.
Bryan?
Yes, ma'am. People, should be held accountable if they've done something wrong. And some of that stuff, we have to let it go. Those feelings, after any election, you have a gaping wound of feelings that people are hurt one way or another because either their candidate didn't win, they feel like their voices were, silenced. But at the same time, after a while, you have to heal that wound and say, you know what, that was a learning experience. The state convention, for me, that was a learning experience. And as crazy and chaotic as many people want to say, oh, I'll never go back there again. Well, you know what? Shame on you. Because I don't care what the fight is. If it means I'm going to go fight for principles and integrity and fight in this party for that, I'm going to do it. I don't care who I have to face. It doesn't matter. Whether it's Reince Priebus or whether it's somebody else, or I'm hoping that we can focus on Democrats at some time. I really am. And really, the last thing I really would like to reiterate is, as far as a vision throughout this county, I hope many of you got the email that I sent. It was sort of brief, and I would love to talk about a million different things that I would like to see happen here. The biggest thing is just inclusiveness and a welcome face. Many times we come in here and, it's like people who have rocks in their mouth because they have a feeling about somebody one way or another. And we need to work past that, build the relationships, because these are the working relationships that go out there and do it. And when it comes down to these meetings, I would like to see these meetings move. Not just at Jeff's Catering, no offense to Jeff's Catering, because they do a good job. But I would like to see them be a little bit more mobile. I'd like to see us get into the colleges. We have, young Republican Jim Fossil. I've spoken with him. He would like to start a chapter up there. There's not one. We've got Cody Morgan, who's probably the most attractive young man at University of Maine. So we should have no problem with him. So I would like to see our county committee meetings move even farther north a little bit, rotate around, to try to get more participation. I think really where it comes down to, it's, we're not looking for a face, we're looking for something to get done. And I can promise you that I will work tirelessly to make sure that we have continue the work that Tracy did to get every last municipality, that we have a committee there, that we have an active committee there. And that's the key word, active. Because it's not, we talk a lot in labels, and we talk a lot in factions, but when it comes down to it, we're Republicans, regardless. Our preamble is very clear. We're the party of the open door. We're the party of liberty. We're the party of principle. And we just need to act like that. And we need to continue to fight, and we need to make sure that we put that machine in motion. And like I said, I have no doubt about my confidence in doing that. And I'm willing to offer that up to this committee to do that. All right, I would attempt to answer that. I think, when we hear the term Libertarian Party, there are different factions of that. So you got your big L and your small L. Those big L people, they'll never be Republicans. They're just not Republicans. They don't prescribe to the same principles that we do. Some of them just, they don't want anything to do with government, at all. This would be an abomination. So those little L's, though, they're the ones that go out and work. They're tirelessly upset about where we're going. And I hate to speak in labels like that because, like I said, we agree with almost, everybody in this room. I gave a test, we'd all agree on 98% of the thing. I mean, how many people in this room want a smaller government? How many people in this room want to follow the Constitution? How many of these people in this room would like to have, representatives that say that they're going to do what they're going to do, and they have integrity with what they do? I mean, and that's really what it falls down to. And what I'm saying is, those best people to, as far as including those people, I look at it as it's their choice. I can offer, an opportunity to participate actively, or we can continue as it is, have our meetings, have a buffet, maybe spark, back and forth a little bit, and go out of the door upset thinking, do I even want to go to that next meeting? And that's unfortunate because after the caucuses, this room was just like this. And there's so many other people that aren't here. And if you wanted to be a voting member today, I know there was a lot of craziness out there as far as the voting member stuff. And it's very clear in our bylaws. If you went to the county caucus and you signed up as a committee member, you were elected there. That was sent to Michelle or to the party in Augusta. They certified that and sent that back down to our county chair. And it's not. I want all of you to vote, but there's a formula that we follow in our bylaws, and it doesn't matter whether it's my friend not coming in or some Deb Plowman's friends not coming in. It's just that's what binds us together. And if we can't agree on our bylaws, then this is just chaos. We can't even begin to be organized whatsoever to beat anybody. I want to get past that point. We have a level playing field. We just recently had, I just recently chaired for this county the rules and procedures meeting we had last week. That went super. I think that we've cleared up some problems in it.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
It's nice to have bylaws, but the bylaws need to be followed.
They do need to be
They
followed.
weren't in this situation.
Well, in which situation
We
is that?
voted with a quorum to allow people that hadn't paid their dues to vote in this election.
If they've been elected.
If they were
If they've been
elected.
elected.
If they were on
That's not what
county
we're talking
committee.
about.
Yeah, if they were
We're
a
talking
member
about
of
the
county
list.
committee. Pardon me?
We're talking about the list.
The list is the list that they sent us. We have the handwritten list with the check marks. If there was a problem in your town with who was elected and might not have been reflected on your list, you have to take it up with your town chair.
Yeah,
We don't have any control over that.
And Hamden's the only town that had the problem.
What's that? Hamden's the only town that had a problem?
Yeah.
No, there's a few discrepancies on that list, just so everybody
Let's not all
knows.
start talking at once. We have to go by that list that they gave us. Are you saying that your Hamden list was not correct?
Absolutely.
Who was your
People on the Hamden
caucus
list didn't even know
secretary?
they were on the list.